you guys could just kind of contextualize that win, I imagine it felt big for you guys. It definitely felt big for us out here.
Yeah, it was a huge win. Obviously with the circumstances, with Sporting, being at the top with us, we felt like it was a must win, a 6-point game if we wanted to win the Western Conference. And we still think, there's a lot of room to go up and down in the standings. But if we want to achieve what we want to achieve, and that's get first in the Western Conference, we needed to win that game.
Yeah, I think this was a very important game for us coming off Wednesday's result. A lot of teams maybe would just say, oh, we got another hard game in Kansas City after we lost a final, poor us. But I think this group kind of stepped up and took it as a challenge. And I think you saw that on the field, and we were able to walk away with 3 points.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate those responses. Next in the queue, I am seeing Mickey Turner. Mickey, please go ahead, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thanks, Alex. Congrats on the win. Just curious about how you guys handled kind of the intensity, especially in the second half after they scored. How were you guys able to kind of weather the storm and see out the victory?
Yeah, I think our formation allows us to receive that pressure and deal with it. Having that extra center back certainly helps, defend crosses, defend in deep areas. I felt like we got stuck in the second half, and it was unfortunate that we couldn't score one more goal. But in the end, the 5 in the back, the midfielders helping the wing backs, the extra center back helping the wing back get in wide areas is what helped us maintain them to one goal.
Yeah, we definitely took some pressure in the second half. It wasn't pretty at times, but you saw guys fighting for each other and covering for each other, and everybody with that desire to win. When it turns to fall and playoffs are close, sometimes you need gritty performances on the road to be able to secure points, and I think that's what you saw tonight.
Thanks again, guys. Next question is from Masvita Moreira. Maz, go ahead, bring yourself off mute.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start with Cristian. I just kind of have two in terms of the attacking. Cristian, 2 goals back-to-back. You kind of play in that position behind the strikers and coming across. What is it about that role that favors your style?
I think late runs from the midfield is one of my strengths, and playing off the strikers is also a strength of mine. A lot of the time, as a defensive midfielder, when I would play there, it'd be really difficult to defend those guys coming from deeper areas. And, it allows me to get into the box more free. And so I think that's helped me a ton, and also picking my times to be able to go out wide and, running behind and be able to put in a cross or stretch the back line for the forwards as well.
And Will, does your game change when you play side by side with Raul, or what does that enable you to do? Because we saw that goal, which was, I can't explain it.
Neither can I. Yeah, no, exactly. Playing with Raul. Raul likes to play in between the center backs. So, sometimes I'll drop underneath and see if I can get on the ball, or sometimes I make late runs from behind. Like I think to start the game off, I had a late run in behind. But, when you got somebody like Cristian in there too, who can cover so much ground and then has so much quality in the final third, it makes it easy on Raul and us. I think we complemented each other really well. When I dropped off, he stayed high. When he dropped off, I stayed high. And I think the center backs were kind of on their toes. They were a little confused of the step into midfield or drop. So I think it worked out well.
Next in the queue, I see Jada Evans. Jada, please go ahead and ask your question.
Thanks. Congratulations again, y'all, on the win. Kind of expanding on that, Will, do you know that you're undefeated when you do start alongside Raul?
No, I did not know that.
Anything?
As long as we win, that's all I care about.
And then, yeah, as far as you guys though doing that down there, can you talk about the atmosphere? It seemed like the crowd was really into it and got more, I guess, aggressive with you guys as the game progressed.
Yeah, it's Kansas City is always a tough place to come play. They have great fans. The cauldron behind the goal is always loud, and they support their team very well. And as coming in as an away team, I like to play in environments like that. It kind of makes you turn on a little more, focus a little more. So I enjoy playing here. It's a great environment, and just happy we could secure the 3 points and kind of keep them under control a little bit.
Okay, thanks guys. Appreciate that once more. Next over, we will go to Ari Lillenwall. Ari, go ahead, ask your question.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. I have a two-parter. First, Will, I know you said that you can't explain it, but I was wondering if you could try and give us the breakdown on what you saw on that goal. It's obviously like a crazy sequence with Raul trying to chip the guy. And what's going through your head there? And then a quick follow-up after that. I was wondering, with just how Leagues Cup ended, do you think a game like this, road win against another team that's at the top of the West, is there a psychological boost kind of added that comes with a win like this as you look forward to the stretch run here?
Yeah, for the goal, I just, Raul tried to flip it over Amelia. He popped it up in the air. And honestly, like when it was in the air, I was thinking about letting it come down and trying to volley it. But then I haven't watched replay or anything yet, but then I saw a defender kind of charging out late. So I just decided, I'm going to try to head this back post and hope for the best. And luckily, it worked out and it went in, and then I'll let Cristian take part two.
Yeah, I think after a disappointing result, we could have easily said, we're on short rest, we're away from home. It's going to be a difficult game, but I think the guys embraced the challenge, embraced that it was going to be a difficult game. And we saw it from the first half. Guys were bought in, willing to sacrifice a little bit of their game for the better good of the team. So the games don't stop though. We have another game against San Jose that's going to be difficult, and then another game against a top Western side. So it's going to be difficult going forward, but the boys are ready to embrace it.
Felipe Makeda, you are next in the queue. Go ahead and ask your question.
Cristian, congratulations for both of you on the win. La pregunta es para Cristian. Cristian, y si me puedes contestar en inglés después. Cristian, tu sentimiento antes del encuentro, después de haber partido contra León, y el sentimiento que tienes ahora que ganaron este partido importante, y si esto voltea la página y los mete otra vez a la competencia en la liga.
Sí, primero frustrados con el partido de León y aquí contento con el partido de Kansas City. Es difícil venir de un partido tan intenso y después jugar otro partido así de tan intenso. Pero nuestros jugadores estaban listos para este partido, pero todavía falta 2 partidos más antes del eliminatorias. In English, it's such a difficult. It was frustrating, the León game, and then being able to shift focus back to the Kansas City game, and now we're content, we're happy with this win. But games come fast, and we have to be ready for our next opponent, our next 2 opponents, which on short rest, which makes it really complicated and difficult. So I think the boys will embrace the challenge and be ready for our next game.
Okay, the only hands remaining in the queue I'm seeing is actually from Jeremiah. Jeremiah, did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, Will, am I correct that it seemed like you were a little higher in this game than you had been when you've been playing alongside Raul? Is that correct? And was there any, have you changed your philosophy at all? I mean, it's been a while since you played with Raul.
Yeah.
Up top like that.
Yeah, it's been a while. We started the year off strong, and then I had that little knee issue, and then been trying to get back in the team. But you know, I'm a forward. I don't know. I can drop underneath, but you know, I'm not. I'll let the playmakers get the ball up there. I want to be as close to goal as possible. If I got to drop in and get on the ball and be a connector and get it wide, no problem. But for me, you know, scoring goals and winning is the most important, and I can achieve that when I'm closer to goal. So you know, that was just my mindset this game. Well, knowing that Cristian was in there, you know, I don't want to make him run a lot, but I know he can cover some ground and kind of pick up for some of that space if I stay a little higher. So I think the you know, everybody, us three, offset each other pretty well.
Jada, it looks like you have a follow-up as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Cristian, as far as the defense, you know, being able to close this one out. I don't know if you guys, if you answered this earlier, but can you talk a little bit about that? Some of the solid defensive plays, especially JP had a couple of solid defensive plays too.
Yeah, it's a difficult opponent when they get on top of you. You know, it's a lot like a Mexican side. You know, when they have momentum and they get on top of you, it feels like you can't get out of their pressure. And, you know, today, when we were under pressure, we were still composed defensively. We knew that we were going to be able to double team out wide with the extra center back or the center or the midfielder helping out. You know, like I said, everybody was just bought in. And, you know, we went back to square one and in the second half, and that's to defend honestly, properly, and with our whole team. And that's the beauty of our team. You know, we don't have crazy superstars. We have guys that are willing to sacrifice a little bit of their game to grind out these results.